Investigates digging deeper into the Massachusetts medical marijuana program after the state suspended the licenses of 2 doctors.
Some of the warning signs of problems seemingly ignored despite 5 investigates exposing them a year ago.
Kathy Curran, Mike Bodette now with a team report that begins with some startling new numbers on the number of patients approved for medical marijuana.
The numbers tell the medical marijuana story in Massachusetts. More than 25,000 active patients, and sales are skyrocketing.
Right after I took it, I lost some of my leg pain.
Pat Capstick suffers from chronic pain and sees Dr. Uma Dhanabalan in Natick.
I always say hydrate before you medicate.
Dr. Uma is number 10 on this list obtained by 5 Investigates, which shows the doctors approving the most patient certifications for medical marijuana. She's signed more than 1,400 since October 2014, when the state started issuing ID cards to marijuana patients. Can anyone walk in here and walk out with a certification?
It's not quite like that at all. This is a process. This is a clinic, and I'm a healthcare provider, and I'm seeing patients with illnesses.
Dr. Uma points out the number of certifications is higher than the actual number of patients because she issues multiple certifications to each patient.
This is not done haphazardly in my office.
But the Board of Registration in Medicine recently suspended the number 2 and 3 medical marijuana certifiers. The board wrote, although Dr. Tyrone Cushing only worked at CannaMed 2 days per week, he was the 3rd highest provider of medical marijuana certificates. The board said on multiple occasions Dr. John Nadolny of CannaCare did not have the required bona fide physician-patient relationship.
That is a lot of certifications, and one wonders how you might maintain that physician-patient relationship.
We showed our numbers to Dr. James Gessner, president of the Massachusetts Medical Society. He says he worries medical marijuana is more about the business of selling marijuana than treating patients.
It is a grave concern.
5 of the top 15 medical marijuana doctors on this list work for one company, CannaCare. 5 Investigates has looked at some questionable practices here in the past.
And Mike, we raised concerns about CannaCare docs back in 2013. Now 3 years and thousands of medical marijuana recommendations later, the state has found some of the same issues we first exposed. With $200 cash in hand, 5 Investigates went undercover. A potential patient walked into CannaCare docs back in 2013. 20 minutes later, she walked out with a recommendation for therapeutic weed.
So I thought it was pretty easy, shockingly so.
Several state regulations were violated during the visit. The patient walked in off the street, told the doctor who no longer works there about a physical injury, but that injury was never even examined. The doctor didn't have any medical relationship with the patient and never asked for any records. The staff filled out the patient's name on the medical marijuana recommendation before she even saw the doctor.
Based on this one experience, this system is getting a little bit abused.
Which brings us back to CannaCare's Dr. John Nadolny, who has now been suspended for some of the same issues. Nadolny issued a medical marijuana certificate to David Jaguna, the man accused of being high on marijuana when he struck and killed Trooper Thomas Clardy. But Nadolny never personally evaluated him. Instead, 5 Investigates has learned it was done by an experienced nurse practitioner only working at CannaCare on a per diem basis. State officials admit more oversight is needed.
They currently make a personal attestation that they're following the law, but clearly we are seeing some irregularities that really raise questions about whether these are bona fide patient relationships.
That's clearly concerning.
Senator Vinnie DiMacedo wants to make sure medical marijuana gets to the patients who truly need it.
We need to do a better job of regulating and overseeing this so that people are safe.
And the state has not taken action against any of the other doctors with CannaCare docs. A spokesperson for the company tells us they're cooperating with any investigations, and they've stopped using nurse practitioners, even though they believe they're authorized by law to conduct certifications. The state will most likely change the regulations to allow nurse practitioners to certify patients in the fall. Kathy Curran, 5 Investigates.